Do you want to know how to throw a yo-yo perfectly and learn the best spines that are known to mankind? If so, watch this video as I, a professional yo-yoer, teach you how to throw a yo-yo perfectly and teach you how to do the best spines that are known to mankind. First off, for this tutorial, you will need to know that when you throw the yo-yo down and it stays down, it is called sleeping, or a sleeper. This is what it looks like. There are two kinds of yo-yos. This is a responsive yo-yo and this is an unresponsive yo-yo. The only difference between them is an unresponsive yo-yo, when you throw it down, you only need to have a small tug to get it to come back up to your hand. For an unresponsive yo-yo, you have to do a thing called a bind. The reason that you have to do a bind is because the ball bearing in the middle, which is how it spins, is bigger in an unresponsive yo-yo. For a responsive yo-yo, all you have to do is tug. For this, you have to bind it back up because of that bearing. This is what the bearing looks like. It is this little part in the middle of the yo-yo. There's many disadvantages and advantages to both kinds. A disadvantage for the unresponsive yo-yo is you have to learn binds. For the responsive yo-yo, all I have to do is pull it up. For the unresponsive yo-yo, it'll stay down longer, and a lot of the more advanced tricks require the yo-yo to stay down for long periods of time. So you might need either a really nice responsive yo-yo or an unresponsive yo-yo for those tricks. I will be using an unresponsive yo-yo in this video. First, we will be talking about how to throw a perfect sleeper, because we will need the yo-yo to be sleeping in order to learn how to do the binds. First, we will talk about the grip. You want to have your palm up instead of palm down, as you might think, because you need your palm up so you can flick it and get a lot more power and it can stay down longer. You want the string to be coming like this so it can roll down your finger instead of the other way, because if you try to throw it like this and the string is coming from the top over like this, it won't stay down. See, it won't even come off my hand, really. When you throw it, you want to keep everything straight up and down so you can reach your full potential. You don't want it to be sideways, otherwise it'll just spin out like this. Now that we know how to hold it, we'll talk about how to throw it properly. You want to bring your arm up like this. Some people call it making a muscle. You can bring it up even higher over your head if you want to get a lot of power for a lot of the more advanced tricks. When you bring your arm up, you want to bring your arm down in one fluent motion. You really want to snap your forearm to get a lot of power. After you snap your forearm, you want to snap your wrist too, so then you can get the most power. This yo-yo will probably stay down for at least 2 minutes. Next, we will be talking about the two different kind of binds and the twist that you can put onto either kind of bind. The most simplest bind looks like this. How you start with this is just a good strong sleeper. The first step to this bind is pushing back into the string. Half of the string should be on this and half should be here. A little bit more than half should be on this part so it can come underneath the yo-yo and feed into the yo-yo. As you bring it underneath, you feed it into the yo-yo and then you're here. At this step, you will now exchange your hands and it will start wrapping around the yo-yo. And as it catches, it will shoot up to your hand. The reason this works, I will show you with the dead yo-yo. A dead yo-yo is just when the yo-yo is not spinning. So here is the bind. And as you see, it just wrapped up halfway. That's half the string is wrapped in there. And if it would be spinning, it would have caught onto that and it would have shot up to my hand. It takes some practice to get the feel for when it catches, and make sure to have your palm down so when it comes up, you can catch. Make sure not to have your palm like this, otherwise you won't be able to catch the yo-yo. Now we will be talking about the second kind of bind. This bind is a little bit trickier, but I find it a lot more fun and I do it a lot more often. This is what it looks like. Very simple, but there's just one step that can be tricky to a lot of people. What you want to do is just start with a good strong sleeper like so. Now you want to bring your finger down it. You can't bring it straight down it, otherwise it'll do nothing. You can't pull it straight back, otherwise it'll just come up. You have to find that good in between so it'll come around and land onto the string. This is what it looks like from sideways. It takes a lot of practice, but it pays off and it's a lot of fun. It might be tricky at first, so try not to get frustrated with it, otherwise it'll just become harder and even impossible. It's a lot easier if you bring your hand all the way down closest to the yo-yo, because it'll just come right around and land back on the string, like this. Right when you get it on, you want to exchange your hands so it doesn't hit the yo-yo doesn't hit your non-throw hand, which is my left hand, and spin out. This is what it looks like if you were gonna try it like without bringing your hand so close. You'd be pushing it back like right here, and you'd be leaning it a lot higher up on the string, which is a lot more difficult, but it's still possible. Once you get it and you exchange your hands, you're just like in a normal bind, and all you have to do is exchange your hands as it wraps around the bearing on the inside of the yo-yo, and as it will catch as it's spinning, and it'll come up to your hand. Be prepared to catch it. The final twist that you can put on either of the two binds is a spin. This is what it looks like. First, you just start with a good strong sleeper and you get into your bind. Either bind it is functional with. Now you have two strings on your non-throw hand and one right here. You grab the string that is closer to you. From here, all you have to do is spin it around once or as many times as you want. Now we're right back to where we started. All you have to do is drop and it should come right up to your hand. It doesn't always work, but it should. Now that you know how to throw a yo-yo perfectly and you know how to bind, you can progress into yo-yoing and you can learn a lot more cooler, impressive, and more complex tricks that will really impress your friends and family.